Forza Horizon 4 car list. Did they get it right? Did they represent the United Kingdom well? Did they make a complete hash of things? Yes, welcome back to the channel, fellas. Welcome back to the channel, fellas. So today what I want to do is basically talk over a controversial topic, a topic which has been spoken about by many of my colleagues here on YouTube, and that is to do with the car list, the selection of cars that Playground Games have selected for this year's slice of the Horizon series. Forza Horizon 4, no doubt. Quick shout out to my Discord squad, my boys, for suggesting this be a topic that I cover. Now, I've often said many times on this channel in previous videos that when you're building a car game, racing game, whether it be an arcade based or whether it be a simulation based one, I feel, and this is just a personal thought, so feel free to disagree, but I feel that the car list should be a reflection upon the chosen location. So, for example, if you look at the Crew 2 along with the Crew 1, you will realise that looking at that car list, there is substantially more American cars in that game than you would find in other games, whether it be modern American muscle, modern American sports, classic muscle, whatever. All of this ties neatly in keeping with the game's chosen location, which is of course the United States of America. Now here's the thing, do not get what I'm saying construed, do not get it confused, do not get it mixed up. I am not saying that just because a game is based in a specific country, you should have cars from that country in the game. No, what I'm actually saying is you should have the cars which are the most popular by way of purchase. Basically, a certain portion of the game's car list should feature a lot of the cars that you would see driven around that location in real life on a regular basis. Now, when it comes to Forza Horizon 4, I was one of the very few people that was celebrating the fact that it was going to be in the United Kingdom. Wasn't really interested in Japan, but when the actual gameplay got released to the world at E3, I was in two minds. Part of me was massively impressed. The game looks absolutely stunning. From a visual standpoint, it looks beautiful. It looks picturesque. It looks tranquil. Vast draw distances with great looking landscapes befitting of the game's title, Forza Horizon. The whole game from a graphical standpoint looks lovely. And that's the problem. You see, as a resident of the United Kingdom, not only of London, but as someone who has lived in various parts of the UK throughout my life and visited so many different cities, I can tell you now, the United Kingdom does not look as pretty and as exotic as it is being portrayed in this game. Yes, there are various parts of it which are in fact true to life. The beautiful hills and mountains of Scotland, the countrysides, the verticality, all that stuff is true. There are parts of the UK that look like that. But then if you look at places like Manchester, Birmingham, Newcastle, Liverpool, Leeds, London, major cities within the United Kingdom, these are more built up areas, places where you'll expect to find high-rise buildings, council flats, estates, a real dirty, lifelike urban feel. Houses that are in close proximity, rows upon rows of them, semi-detached, detached, all that stuff there. Closely knit roads, communities that are living on top of each other, large shopping centres, hustling, bustling, large cosmopolitan cities that are dense in population. All of these parts of the UK are real, and not only are they real, but they are probably the most largest parts of the UK. There are probably more parts of the UK that look like that than there are rural, and for that reason, in my mind, this is not a true full reflection of the United Kingdom. They've just taken the parts that you would find in a holiday brochure or brochure. Now, my biggest fear, my biggest worry, my biggest concern was that this same philosophy would carry across into the car list. I was worried that the car list would not be a true reflection of what we drive on a daily basis here in the UK. Of course I want the supercars, of course I want the hypercars, and of course I want all the other types of cars, JDM, etc. Those have to be in the game, that's a given. But as I mentioned at the top of the show, a large part of this car list has to be made up of what we're accustomed to seeing on the roads in the UK on a daily basis. So thanks to various people all over the intranet and the World Wide Web, we know the car list for Forza Horizon 4 has been leaked already, a large portion of it. The question is, have Playground Games managed to accomplish what I've asked for? The way to examine this is to first establish the answer to the question, what are the most popular cars driven on the roads in the United Kingdom today? Well, you'll be pleased to know in front of me what I have is a list of the most popular cars so far for the year 2018, based on purchase. It's a top 10 list, so in reverse numerical order, here we go. At number 10, the Mercedes-Benz C-Class. Number 9, Mercedes-Benz A-Class. Number 8, the Ford Kuga. At 7, we have the Volkswagen Polo. 6 is the BMW Mini. 5, the Vauxhall Corsa. At number 4, we've got the Nissan Qashqai. Coming in at number 3, it's the Ford Focus. Hitting us at number 2 is the Volkswagen Golf, and at number 1, the most popular car in the United Kingdom based on outright purchase thus far in the year 2018 is the Ford Fiesta. So going over this list with a magnifying glass, it's clear to see that the most popular type of car here in the United Kingdom is indeed the hatchback. Of this top 10 list, 7 of the entries are actually hatchbacks, and of the top 5, 4 of them are hatchbacks, including the Vauxhall Corsa, which Theo's been screaming for like a madman. Now here's the thing, statistics is my guilty pleasure. Those of you who have been subscribers for a long time will know that I often use statistics, numbers, data and analysis to back up points that I like to emphasize, points that I like to make. Wrong use of the word emphasize there. Nevertheless, I decided to get my tin hat, my boots, my spade out and start digging a little bit deeper, because when looking at lists like this, you can't just rely on 1 year's data to go on. It could be a fluke year, it could be a one-off. So let's see what happened last year. 2017, at number 10, Mercedes A-Class. Number 9, Mercedes C-Class. 8, Mini. 7, Volkswagen Polo. 6, Vauxhall Astra. 5, Vauxhall Corsa. Coming in at number 4, the Nissan Qashqai. At number 3, we've got the Ford Focus. Number 2, we've got the Volkswagen Golf, and at number 1 we have, guess what, the Ford Fiesta. Still not convinced? I thought not. 2016, at number 10, the Audi A3. At number 9, the Mercedes C-Class. Number 8, we've got our resident, the BMW Mini. Number 7, the Volkswagen Polo. 6, Vauxhall Astra. 5, Nissan Qashqai. 4, Volkswagen Golf. Rounding off the top 3, we've got the Ford Focus. Number 2, we've got the Vauxhall Corsa, and at number 1 we have the Ford Fiesta again. Now, once again, it's very important that I stress this in case you didn't catch it earlier on. This is not a top 10 list of best-selling hatchbacks. This is a top 10 list across 3 separate years of the best-selling cars across all brands, across all car types here in the United Kingdom. And as you can see, it's a massacre dominated by hatchbacks. Now, after carrying out this research, after looking at 3 years worth of data, I sat down, cracked open a can and ate a burger. Halfway through, it then struck me, wait a minute, that is not actually a true representation of what happens in terms of people's buying choices, because when it comes to buying a car, as you know, there are 2 markets. There's the market that go out and buy off the showroom, and there's also a huge used market out there, and many of us, including myself, that's the market I'm more likely to shop in. Those 3 top 10 lists are only reflective of cars being bought as outright purchases. So once again, I came back with my spade, my boots and my hat and decided to do some research on the used car market, second-hand cars. Which are the most popular cars in the UK bought second-hand? At number 10, we've got the Peugeot 206. At number 9, once again, it's BMW's Mini. At number 8, we've got the Volkswagen Polo. Coming in at number 7, we've got another French entry in the Renault Clio. Number 6, the BMW 3 Series. Number 5, the Volkswagen Golf. Number 4, Vauxhall Astra. Number 3, Vauxhall Corsa. Number 2, the Ford Focus. And coming in at number 1, the Bugatti Chiron. It's the Ford Fiesta. Every single car on that list, with the exception of the BMW 3 Series, is a hatchback. So there is my proof, there is my evidence to you fine people today. It doesn't matter if someone is buying a car off the showroom, it doesn't matter if someone is buying a car used. In the United Kingdom, the most popular car by far, by a long way, is hatchbacks, which goes perfectly in line with what I said at the beginning of the video in terms of my map concerns. There are far more built up residential, tight, narrow streets around the UK than there are rural areas, and that is reflective in the type of cars we drive over here for the most part. Small, little, reliable runarounds that get you from A to B as quick as possible, things whereby you can weave in and out of tight traffic. That is the United Kingdom. In many cases over here in the UK, the bloody insurance that you pay for your bloody car is more expensive than the car itself. Tax, fuel economy, all that business comes into it. Anyway, enough about that. The point is this: I want the supercars, I want the hypercars, I want all the classic cars and all that stuff, but the way I see it is you can't take a game and say that you're trying to do it justice, you're trying to represent it well and miss out key components. So the question is the car list a true or somewhat close to true reflection of what we drive here on a daily basis, on a regular basis here in the United Kingdom? Well, for the final part of this little research project, I decided decided to head over to Windows Central, where the Forza Horizon 4 car list so far has been put out. I then decided to cross-reference every single one of those lists in relation to that car list. And fellas, I'm pleased to say, with the exception of the Peugeot 206, every single one of those cars are in the game. Tremendous job done by the guys over at Playground Games. In fact, they've even outdone themselves, because you've got popular cars like the Honda Civic and hatchbacks from a variety of other manufacturers there as well. You've got to give the credit when the credit is due. They've hit the nail on the head. They've got the car list right. The hypercars, the supercars, the muscle cars, and a very, very extensive, healthy proportion, or dosage if you will, of hatchbacks. I'm a very happy Brit. The Forza Horizon 4 car list has been done correctly. They've done it the way it should be done based on the location. In the comments section below, very important, this is my request to you lot, write down what aspects of the game you want me to talk about going forward. Give me some ideas of things you want me to talk about, things you want me to analyse, etc., and I'll be sure to do it for you. So drop them down in the comments, and you never know, your idea will probably get featured in a video and you get a shout out as well. And that, fellas, just about wraps things up for another video. Thank you so much for taking the time out to check it out. I hope you enjoyed it. If you want to see more Forza Horizon 4 content on the channel, there'll be a playlist coming with a few videos that I've done. More on the way. Subscribe if you're new, and I will see you when the next video comes out. Take it easy. Peace.